Reviewing in hindsight is a common problem or mistake that people will make without even realizing it, and this is actually pretty common as far as I can tell when it comes to people playing out certain situations and thinking they should have done something different than what they actually did. I'll give you an example here. Let's say we're coming up to mid in a 1v4 situation, and obviously you need to clear both porch and arch. Now let's say I'm going to come out here and clear porch, but then I died to a guy somewhere in arch over there or there. An incorrect conclusion would be to say that, oh, I should have cleared arch because I died from arch. But in the moment, you didn't necessarily know that there was a guy arch, right? You don't have any bearings on where your opponents are, and you don't have any clues on where they could be. So to say that you should have cleared arch in that situation is not necessarily a correct conclusion, although you do want to clear it. It's just that clearing porch was not wrong either, because again, you had no information. Make sure when you're watching your demos back, for example, that you understand what information you have and what information you don't. And then from there, you need to make sure that you're basing your decisions or conclusions off of the information that you have so that you can actually make good decisions. Here, for example, we're going to molly new box on a retake. Now, mulling new box is usually pretty good. New box is a very common position. A lot of people will play their post plant. Nothing wrong with it. Now, emo is also a common post plant, and you might think, oh, I should throw the emo molly instead because there was a person emo in this one round that I played. Well, no, not necessarily, again, because you may have already known for sure that there's someone emo. If you knew that there was someone new box and threw an emo molly, then that would be a little questionable because you're not making a decision based off of something you already know. Now, often you're going to have no information or no useful information, e.g. outdated information like, oh, he was here 20 seconds ago. That's kind of outdated. In those kinds of situations, taking a pure guess on a decision that you need to make is perfectly fine, like in this example here, mollying new box. One other thing, and one other example I should say, is making sure you remember what your opponent's tendencies are, not only to play the game, but also in reviewing the game. Here, for example, fourth example, if you know that they love to flank banana on the B post plants, let's assume you have a coffin plant, then it's going to be a smart decision to watch your car flanks or your banana flanks from car, because you know habitually they've always flanked you from here with, let's say, 2 or 3 people. Again, you need to remember what has happened in the previous rounds to make your judgments. Now, if no one comes banana, it's not wrong to say, damn, I should have just watched CT because no one came banana. Again, this is hindsight that you're using, whereas if you go into a new game and try to think like that, well, you just can't, right? You don't have hindsight because you're playing the game in the real time. Last little piece of information, when you're trying to make a decision, try to get information to figure out where people are. If you're trying to decide whether or not to molly emo or new box on a take or on an execute, then try to find a way to get information on where the players are. So one example here would be to flash over CT. You might end up baiting out a smoke, which would be bad for them, but good for you. You might want to use a smoke to smoke CT to bait out this utility as well. But you can try to figure out where people are based on where their grenade is being thrown. So let's say they throw it like this, even though I missed. You can maybe figure out that, oh, that smoke came from emo, we can molly emo, and then go from there. So again, try to figure out how you can get this information, as I failed this emo molly 7 times. Try to figure out where to get this information so that you can make decisions based off of that, rather than 1, guessing, and 2, ending up reviewing in hindsight and thinking you should have done something else, but when in reality you just didn't have enough information in the round. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like the video if you liked the video.